Okay. So here I am again streaming, but I've got the phone call. The ride is on its way. We have somebody en route to pick me up. I just got a call from the place though, and they were like, "Hey, you have a $250 copay. Can you pay any of it today?" And I'm like, "Not really." But they'll still let me come in, and I guess I'll set up a payment plan. The last time I went in, my insurance, I don't believe I had a copay, and now I do. So, uh, I mean, that's not anything too outrageous or anything, but you know, I'll just have to agree to maybe make a small payment every month, and so that especially if I ever need to go back, I don't want to have a financial burden on me that I'm not taking care of, and the place not accept me because I owe money, and that can happen. So trying to yeah, I believe my ride is going to be here probably about 1:45, so I don't have too much longer, but I have a lot of nervousness, anxiousness going on. But I thought, you know, I'll jump on here for just a little bit and, kind of just talk like I do. Um, I was thinking about a minute ago, how there's somebody I know that is really interested in like numerology and stuff, and they know a lot about it. Now, you can, whether you know what it's about or believe it's a bunch of hoodoo, it's interesting when I've been able to talk to that person. And I realized I hadn't talked to them in a while, and I was going to try to get them on a panel one day so they might, there might be some people that would want to listen to somebody, whether you believe in it or not. Sometimes I think it's good to have an open mind, and I like to have good conversation. What's up, Dennis? I'm just sitting here waiting on the ride. Let's see. The ride said that they'd be here about 1:45, so it's 12 here where I'm at. So I've got you know, almost almost 2 hours, I guess, to wait. And then when I get in the car, it's going to be a 3 hour drive. So yeah, I'm just trying to occupy my mind, keep myself stable, and you know, and I am sober, so that's good. And it does feel good to be able to say, like yesterday, I made some good posts, or this morning, I don't remember when it was, but I posted. It does feel good to smile. It feels good to know that I'm in a little bit better place than I was maybe a few days ago, and I'm enjoying that. I'm enjoying the fact that I'm, you know, making another step again. But this is not. I'm not trying to be here to be down right now. I'm trying to just feel, a little bit of time because I can't sleep. I'm not, and I don't want to lay here like in the bed and just like veg out too much. And I want to make sure I'm prepared when they show up. I've got my clothes in the bed in the living room. I've got a bag with uh I'm taking my personal copy of Colga Volume 1 to reread while I'm there. I'm taking my Jack Reacher novel that I'm a little not halfway through, but I'm hoping I can finish that novel maybe by the time I leave. That I'll be gone 4 or 5 days. I'm also going to take there's a cool comic book that Dr. Ben had sent me, and I haven't finished really going through the whole thing. It's not Dr. Ben's comic, but he was in some of it. It was that something fiend. Uh, and the guy does like dream interpretations, and like that's what the comic stories are based on, is like he's interpreting his dreams. Of course, Dennis. And of course, I'm old enough to know that sometimes I've took two steps for, or what is it? I've took a step forward before, but only to get to take several steps back. But then you keep trying to push forward. And there's nothing wrong with that, man. There's nothing wrong with uh, being able to admit you've have maybe made a mistake and made a bad choice. And there's also nothing wrong if, like, I'm just saying this for whoever else might tune in here, uh, but you're the one listening right now. There's also nothing wrong with, asking for help when you really need it. But sometimes it can be that can be one of the hardest steps too, putting our pride aside and realizing, we can't do it just by ourselves. Or at least I'm not able to. Obviously, I'm not able to, like, I can do pretty good for a little while, and then all of a sudden I kind of go off the map. So I've got some heavy decisions I'm going to have to make. I'm going to have to decide if I'm going to stay at this trailer, or am I going to go and check, go to like a living facility where I'd have a roommate, and there'd be other people living in the house as well, and they'd be in a program. But that's a big step also. I've done it once before, and I stayed at that place for like 10 months, but then I got into it with the director, and then I left, and uh, you know, that's where the story goes there. It's a sticky situation because you don't know who you might end up living with, and then there's so many different type of personalities you might be dealing with, especially if they're going through similar things. So I really don't need to put myself in a situation where it could be beneficial, but if I'm not able to handle certain personalities, I might have an issue and then want to leave, and then I'm out there in the middle of nowhere, or I'm out there without my place. And so, and I've said this, the rent that is, the rent I pay here is probably the cheapest you're gonna ever get right now. So it's a decision that's got to be made though. Uh, yeah, I don't think I'll end up going to live in a place like that. What I'll probably do is come back to the trailer and then try to figure out, uh, you know, what needs to be done. I I wouldn't mind actually if I could find another place and maybe a roommate, like to split some rent. Like, because all the other like, if I tried to find another place, it's going to be more expensive, and I don't think, like, I don't want to pay too much just by myself. Like, I've got it pretty good here, and there is a spare bedroom here. So, if I was to actually know somebody that had an actual income, we could fix that bedroom up, and they could rent it from me. But I've had that situation happen before, and I made the wrong choice. Like, let the wrong person in. A couple of times they've come in and promised to fulfill their part and help get things in order here, and then never follow through, not get a job or whatever it is, or you know. So you got to be real careful when you're like trying to do something like that. But that is one option. Also, I'm considering, either trying to meet the right person that might want to share and split something, whether that be in this crappy trailer or finding an actual better place. Uh, and I definitely don't need a roommate that's got the same problem either. So yes, I'm excited. I've got my notebook where I've got some of the things I have worked on with Hero and Dog. I'm going to take that with me. I'm going to see if I can maybe actually put some writing in on that. That's why I'm taking that particular notebook, because it don't have a lot of stuff in it, but it's got, I've got my character names. I've got different concepts written down and ideas how I want to do it. And I thought, well, why don't I take this notebook and while I'm there, and during the day, if I'm bored and I don't want to watch TV, I can be thinking about the story. And maybe I can write like a few pages of a particular part of the story. Like I don't know if that'll be when they're young still or when he's older, because there's a lot of variations of where you can go with it. What's in my head is a whole timeline, kind of, thinking, uh, you know, and the story doesn't have to necessarily go from the very beginning to the end. It could start in the middle. I could start when he's 20 years old and figure that out. But uh, boy, I was drinking some milk earlier, and that felt pretty good. Like having like some milk, and I ate a little something. That felt pretty good though. Like my body was like, yeah, man, like actual nourishment. uh, I was worried I was thinking it might make me sick, and it didn't. It's like I had a couple glasses of milk. I'd cooked these mushrooms last night, and I ate some of them today. Yeah, I need to brush my teeth here in a little bit. Uh, Hold on a minute. It looks like I might have had a missed call. Did I? Okay. Yeah, I got a missed call. I might, but I can call him on the ride. I can call him if I want while I'm riding. You know, it's my friend Mike Hernandez. I've talked about him. Like how several times. Uh, so I will when I end this. I'll call him back because I'll probably stay on here for just a little bit longer, and I'm just trying to kill a little bit of time, and then I'll probably call him and talk to him for a little while, and that'll fill up a little bit of time while I'm waiting for dude. I believe the driver's named Nathan. He sounded like he was a nice guy. So the last time that I went, it was a different driver, and he don't work for him now. But that guy was really cool, and we talked the whole way there. And I mean, I don't know how this is going to be. I don't want to talk the guy's ear off if he don't want to talk, but a 3 hour ride. Now, if I was to take my headphones and he wasn't wanting to have a conversation, I could just get on my phone and watch videos or something. But and then the worst part about going in something like this is like before you get to your room and stuff, you have to spend like an hour or two down in the ER where they do blood work and take urine samples, and uh, they'll run like they'll put stuff on my chest, and they'll check my heart, make sure my heart's working right. A lot of they do all that before they get you to the place you're going to be in, like the actual part of the part of the hospital I'll be in. Like, but that's just part of the process. It's like if you went to the ER for something else, a lot of times you're going to be sitting there for a while. It's going to take some time. It's a pretty small hospital though. Like it's all one level. It ain't two stories. It's just all one like story building. I was surprised when I went. I was like, I ain't seen a hospital this small in a long time. Man, my hands are. I keep getting my hands dirty on something, and I don't know what it is. But yeah, man, I think I can pull this off. I think I've been saying I need to get some things in order. I know I said this back in October, and then I took care of it. But yeah, I do want to organize something. I want to work with a couple of people. You know, I was talking about this other day. I'm in connection with his channel is Ananuki Child. It's not a comic book channel, but he does music and he does like commentary, and he makes funny videos. And we had some good conversation the other night. Like I said, his idea for what him and I want to do as a stream. I don't know if it'll be weekly or bi-weekly or maybe just once a month. Maybe we just get together once a month and do like a 5 or 6 hour stream, but to make it kind of like an Art Bell radio show and talk about like just strange topics, supernatural things, ghost stories, alien, just whatever. But like he's kind of brainstorming on some topics. I asked him if he would be. I'm going to let him develop the actual name of the stream, and then we might rotate where like one week it'll be on my channel, and then we'll do it on his channel the next week. But now, yeah, we're going to work all the details out. It'll work itself out. And then, of course, I have the one that I've been trying to do, and we have done a few of them, but I haven't been, significantly very diligent on the comics group. So that's another thing. I'm going to write some ideas down while I'm in, and I think I'm going to come up with a schedule. So I'm going to stick with, when I can do it, I think Saturday is a good day for the comics group in the middle of the day. It works out. I just got to get out of here from the place I'm going. I think I might actually be able to leave Saturday. It's like a 5 to 7 day thing. And today's Tuesday. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Saturday could be my 5th day. I might be able to come home on Saturday. And that might be what I do. I don't know. I'll figure it out. And if I was to get home in time, I could do it. But, it's a long drive. I don't know. Even if we leave at 8 or 9 in the morning, but that would put me here back in the trailer around midday anyway. Regardless if I do a comics group itself, I will be. The weather is more tolerable. Yeah, it's a little bit, it's kind of warmer today too here. It was a little bit warmer yesterday here also. I think yesterday it said it got up to about 50. I don't know. Yeah, better see that. In case, like I don't know if I know I reached out to you the other day, but yeah, I'll be getting picked up here in a little bit, and I'm gonna go back to that facility for 5 or 6 days and get straight, and hopefully, uh, hopefully I can come out and pull it together and come up with a game plan. A lot of it's gonna have to be about a support group. And then I don't know if you just tuned in, but I was talking about I'm even trying to figure out whether I'm trying to, just figure out living situation. Like if I come back to this trailer, I'm just kind of, if I'm just here by myself again, then I'm setting myself up for, you know, I mentioned I wouldn't mind if I knew the right person having a roommate. I could fix up that spare bedroom if they actually took if they held up to their side of the bargain, it would work out. But when you don't know a lot of people, and you're trying to do that, it can be a real touchy thing. I've helped a couple of people out, and then they didn't really pull through and do what they were supposed to. See, what did you just say? I just arrived, not sure what the topic is. It's not. It's just me. I'm just sitting here, really kind of. I'm trying to kill a little bit of time because the driver is not supposed to be here till about 1:45, and it's 12:30 now. So I'm just anxious, nervous. But I was talking about I've got several books. Like a couple of comic books. I'm taking a Jack Reacher novel. I'm taking a devotional with me to read. Uh, and I'm taking my notebook so I can do some writing. This will be the last time I went. I also reconnected on my relationship with our creator, and a lot of what happens for me is when I stop listening to what I'm being shown or what I'm being asked to do or what I know I should do. And that's part of human nature sometimes. And I hate that. But here I am, and I'm trying to do, yeah, like if you don't know the person, and then, which I knew, like one of the people that lived with me, I knew them, but I let them move in, and then they just never did go get a job and never did whatever. And then when I'd get to where I needed a little help, I'd have to get mad at him, and then he'd go out and hustle something up, But it was like, that just is not right. Like, I trust that I'll be shown what needs to be done. So I'll either stay at the trailer or I'll try to relocate some other place. Of course, I'm not going to find anywhere else cheap like I'm renting right now. And I do have the option if I want to. I could. I was talking about this also. I could go to a halfway house, like a living environment where I'm with other people and in a program. But that can be tricky too, because once I give up the trailer and I go somewhere like that, it's like you get in a house full of other, alcoholics and addicts or something, and you got a lot of weird personalities going on and people going through some stuff. You could have a falling out real easy, and then if you decide to leave, you're kind of like out there, again. And like I've been at this trailer, 6 years, so uh, and no, it's not the best trailer, but it is what it is. It's 2 bedroom. When it like it definitely could use like some fixing up. Like if at one point the landlord did allow you to have the option to pay and buy the trailers. Like the trailer behind me, the old neighbor bought it, and then she turned around, moved out, and sold it to this other lady that's living back here now. They just pay the lot rent to her, to the landlord. Because like like it this trailer couldn't be that expensive. Maybe a couple grand, maybe is what I'm guessing, just because of all the things I know wrong with it. But I don't think I'm in any position to be trying to buy something right now like that. It'd be different. Like if I knew how to do a lot of handiwork and stuff, and then I could make a deal and then be buying it, and I could do a lot of the work myself, that would work out. But I don't know a lot about doing any of that. Like maybe taking off some of the old panels on the wall and replacing them, and checking out and doing the plumbing and just whatever needs to be done. There's a couple of holes in the floor, like there's a hole underneath the kitchen sink. I've got a board over that hole, but that hole was there when I moved in here. I knew it was there. But I'm happy to say that I'm in a decent mood this afternoon right now, and I am waiting. And Yeah, I'm just kind of waiting to get in the car and on my way down. It's going to be, like I said, a 3 hour drive. So I know when I get there, once I get to my room and stuff, I'm going to take a shower and clean up and just feel fresh. Oh, yeah, I'm going to try to, like, I know I'm only streaming now, right? About 24 minutes. I'll stay on for a little bit longer. I'm just trying to deal with the anxiousness. And I don't like feeling like I'm seem so needy, but like sometimes you do need somebody, and this is the best way I can do it. I can get on here and people can be in the chat, or sometimes I have people on. Right now it's not a time And then I haven't been showing my face as much just because somebody asked me yesterday why I ain't using the camera as much. And I was like, I just haven't been in the best of conditions and I'm not liking, I wasn't wanting to show my face. So, uh, but they requested that I start using the camera again. I said, well, let me go do what I got to do. And once I come out, you'll start seeing me again on camera and all that. I might even shave my beard when I come out. But I'll definitely, even if I shave it, I'll grow it back. I thought about doing it today, but I don't know if I really want to. I've got time to do it. Just giving myself another, like just a update or something is what I'm thinking. Like maybe shave and start growing the beard again, and because I've had to do that a couple of times. Because I got really bad, like underneath my beard. It's pretty dry and stuff. I try to put lotion on and things, but I forget sometimes. But the way that I've fixed it before is when I shaved, it kind of cleared up the skin and everything, and then the beard grew back. You'd think I know how to take better care of a beard since I've had one, but I've never been much into trimming them and keeping them all nice looking. It's like I just rather shave it all off and then just let it grow back and just let it keep growing. But as soon as I do shave my beard, I always look at myself and immediately kind of don't like it. Maybe I'll just do like not shave everything off, but shave most of it off and turn it into like a goatee. I need to put some deodorant on. Is everybody doing okay? I hope you're doing okay today. So I guess I'm saying this will be the last stream you'll see probably until, like I said, I might get out Saturday and then probably whatever day I come out of the place, I will probably get on and do something, do a stream. Okay, I will. Yeah, matter of fact, bringing that up, I need to call my other friend back that's just called me. I'm gonna call him in a little bit here in a minute once I get off of here. But maybe I should wrap this one up. But I don't know. Oh wait, it's 12:38 already. So I'm about an hour away from getting the driver here. He's about an hour away now. He's about an hour away. Okay, I do need to touch base with a few people, and man, it is warm. I've got my heater on, but right now I'm feeling warm. I'm kind of like I'm gonna turn the heater off for a minute. Oh man, yeah, I'll get there and clean up. I'm gonna clean myself up. I'll probably have trouble sleeping the first few days. But I've been having trouble sleeping the past few days here anyway. It didn't matter. But okay, well, let's wrap this one up, guys, and I'll let y'all know when I get out and I'll start doing streams again. And I will. I'm not gonna be like I've said. I'm not gonna be doing as many videos. But I will be doing videos. It's just you might not see a daily video every day. Now I did several today to update people. because there's a lot of people that just watch my videos and they're never really here on a stream. But I'm just enjoying the live setting. I enjoy talking to people and getting to know people. So that's why I'm doing it this way nowadays. I think that's reasonable. But y'all have a good day and wish me luck. And I will talk to you soon.